like, I've never been happier. I'm sitting in a pile of shoes. Okay, we're gonna work this out live, ladies. How do we wanna do this? We're all sitting in a pile of shoes. I
Mhm.
pushed record, so here we go. Um, do we wanna, like, take turns, like, sharing 1 or 2 pairs, or, like, what makes sense to y'all?
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe just, like, go through just, like, bring up maybe the topic of, like, oh, your daily trainers. Like, what's, like, your favorite
Yeah.
daily trainer? Then we'll kind of each give, like,
Ok
our favorite, and then maybe give, like, 1 or 2 that are, like, also favorites,
okay.
maybe
So we'll go
we'll all give our, like, number 1 first maybe, and then kinda, like, throw in some other random ones. I don't know.
okay. Alright, well, here we go. Welcome to the Drop Bag Podcast. I'm here with Megan Jackson and Sarah Gage, who has agreed to come back on because she loves her some gear. So, we're
Hey.
super excited to have her on helping us because as I'm, like, sitting in my pile of shoes, I'm like, "These all suck." So, hopefully y'all have some good stuff. Before we start, I do so, like, the whole thing is a drop bag because we're gonna be sharing lots of different items that we like. But I wanted to start off with a this week while running. So that could be just anything from your training that's going well or something funny that happened out while you were running. And we'll start with you, Megan. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Um
Oh, so you're frozen.
Yeah, I got frozen. Um, yeah, so I was coming out of Vermont and then took my week off, and then I had my hiking trip come up. So I just got back last week from a hiking trip we did out in the North Cascades out in Washington state, and it was beautiful. It was like I am still living on a high from that. It's it it was incredible, it's, like, breathtaking. So, I spent the week literally hiking in, like, this fairy tale dreamland. It felt like I was in the Alps, but I was, like, right here in Washington State, and it was nice just to kinda, like, come down from a big race like that, and just when your body's still kinda, like, getting back into things and just be able to, like, spend that whole week out in nature, just, like, hiking and taking it easy and, enjoying sort of nature and what's around you and not have any pressure on you to run and stuff, so I just spent the whole week just, like, in fairy tale land and, like, a blissful place. It was wonderful, and, so now I just got back last week, so, not even a week ago. So, just yeah, so that was mine. I mean, I just am still living in that dreamland, and I also would highly, highly recommend anybody who's, like, out on the West Coast to go there. It's North Cascades National Park, and it's, like, one of the least visited national parks in the country, which is crazy to me because it is mind-blowingly beautiful. So, highly recommend.
All right. And yeah, we've been enjoying your pictures.
Oh my
So
gosh.
thank you for
Serious.
sharing, but it's like nothing like being there. So I'll have to plan a trip. Okay, Sarah, what do you got?
Okay, okay. Well, first of all, Megan, congrats on Vermont. That is so amazing, and I love listening to the recap you guys did. I'm so happy for you and so baller. And then I've seen all your pictures from the Cascades. I was like, "Holy cow, she's living good. This is incredible."
Well, thank
um,
you. Thank you.
let's see. For me, so I have Run Rabbit Run in like 2 weeks or so. So I've just kind of it's been kind of a funny training block, but they'll kind of just topping in some like higher volume just to get in just that time on feet, ready to just feel ready to spend a long time in the mountains. And so yeah, it's been fun trying to just it's cool right in Albuquerque. You can get up to like, 10.4 like in altitude. And so it's like, I mean, there's higher places in Santa Fe and whatnot, but it's been fun to just like get up there and do some routes that are pretty close to me and just kind of just joy ride up there. So yeah, it's been great.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Well,
I was gonna say
go ahead,
Run
Megan.
Rabbit Run is on my list. Like, I was thinking about that maybe for next year, possibly. So I'm very excited to see. Have you run it before?
No, no, no. This may my first time. It looks awesome, but yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, it looks super cool and it's really beautiful. It'll be my first event that starts, like, in the afternoon, so every single person's running through the whole entire night, which is it'll be an adventure, and so trying to, make sure I have my, like, my light set up, and I was, just thinking about I think when on you guys's, gear review last time, just talking about, like, having extra lights in your drop bags and different things, and, kinda just been, like, trying to be thinking about that and, my crew and things, and so but yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, I'll let you know how the course is, but I've heard it's lovely, so
Oh my gosh, yeah, like, share a ton, take us with you, please. I feel like people don't share enough. I'm like, "Thank you for your one picture of this awesome event." So, share a lot, and we will be
Okay,
cheering for you for sure. That's super
Mm.
thank you.
exciting. Um, I should have given you a call, Sarah, because I had what in my line of work we call a turn and burn, where you drop into, like, do several site visits in a day, and I pretty much drove the entire state of New Mexico.
Oh, you totally should've. Oh,
I know. I actually am flying into Tucson next week, but that's kinda far away.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna hike Mount Lemon because 'cause I'm stuck. I'm like, the flights from Houston to New Mexico are terrible. Like,
Mm.
why? There should be something better. We're not that far away from each
I
other.
know, not that far.
Anyway, Tucson has Mount Lemon right there, and so I'm gonna go give it a look.
Mm.
I
Oh,
have some
nice.
time.
Nice. Have
I
fun.
als I
Ugh.
also didn't realize, I guess, like, that you got up to 10 and more up in, Albuquerque, and that's
Oh, yeah.
I need to go I need to pay you a visit.
I think honestly, you please, I would love to show you my favorite trails, or you don't have to see me at all. Just
Oh,
go
no, no, no,
explore
I
the
will, I
house.
will. I'm gonna come and
But it's
be like,
but, like, yeah,
"Sarah."
so right here we have the Sandia Mountains, and so, like, in town, we're at, a mile more or less. You get up into the foothills, you're kinda rolling, 5, 6, 1,000 feet, but it's just there's, like, yeah, long climbs up to, like, 10,4, 10,5, and, like, I think the whole so there's this trail called the, Sandia Crest Trail. You do it north to south, it's 26 miles. I've never actually done it in one push. I've done, like, every section connecting, but in so the ridge is kind of, like, between, like, like, mid-9 to mid-10, but you can, like and up there, it's, like, I mean, a crazy different, like, climate zone. I mean, it feels, like, so different, and it's also cool because come to New Mexico. But, there's, like at least at one point, it was the longest, like, tram in the US. It's, like, a couple miles, and so it's pretty cool, like, if let's say you're, like maybe you're injured and you can't run downhill, you could literally there's so many routes you could go from the base up and take the tram down, which is, like, so Euro, speaking of the Alps,
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I had no idea.
yeah, it's
I'm
sweet.
very
No,
interested
it's
now. Well,
super cool. I was
yeah.
I was so mad that I, like, book it on back home because I was, like, driving through all the mountains. My last stop was in Tularosa, which is right east of, like, White Sands National Park, and I didn't even get to see it. Anyway, um, my this week while running is freaking UTMB watching. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
It's
I've
so
had it
insane.
on all day, just, like, on in the background. Just
So cool.
It's so
I
awesome.
know.
but
Yes, and I was telling Megan before you hopped on that my race came and went. My summer race that I do every year came and went without me because injury, and I was following it like a hawk, and it was awesome as usual, and congrats to all the Habanero 100 runners last weekend. They did great. Okay, we're gonna start because I think we have a lot to get through.
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, let's start with socks because we did say, like, let's do a little ditty on socks. Doesn't have to be super complicated.
At some point, I feel like
Just
we need to each, like, pan our, like, our shoe because I feel like we're all sitting in kind of a lot of shoes, and I think people would enjoy seeing that we're all a bunch of nerds
oh,
about this.
Just around
my pile.
the
That's just some of them.
That's
I
That's
said
my
it.
pile of shoes I'm sitting in. All right, show your shoes.
okay,
Sarah's
here
like,
we go.
"Really?"
You
Like,
ready
I
for my
you're
shoe?
in one of those, like, kid
There.
ball houses, but it's
You
shoes.
ready? You ready for shoes?
Oh, nice. I
Shoes.
love it.
Things are all organized.
Yeah, they're even
Can you show
organized
yours,
in, like, how
Sarah?
I'm gonna talk about them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
shows
show
her
I
shoes.
put them on a towel over there, but
There you go.
Okay, well,
Yep,
apparently
yep.
I'm just like the weirdo who
This is
like threw my shoes in here. I'm like, "Fine, I'm ready."
throw them.
Okay, you know what I
uh,
wanna ask you guys about, though, before we get to socks? Are
Yeah.
gaiters. Because I do
Oh,
not have any. I was gonna get a pair for the race last weekend because it's very, 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 very sandy, but then I got injured, I wasn't gonna do it, so I didn't wind up getting gaiters, but I was kinda, like, looking while, kinda getting ready. So, do you guys have any recs on gaiters before
I
we get to
do, and now I
socks?
have to look it up. So, Sarah, do you?
Okay.
I mean, I hardly wear gaiters. I mean, I've worn them maybe once or twice in the snow, but I've never really, like, experimented with we have a lot of sand here and stuff, but I don't usually, like, wear them for sand or dusty conditions, though maybe I should experiment. I think I just have, like, the maybe Katola, gaiters. Can find those really quick, but, I haven't experimented with the ones that are, like, you kinda just, like, hook onto your shoe and maybe are like they're more of like a buff type material, I think.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
I'm tr
I don't have shoes on, so it's super long. And so in the ultras, like, their shoes have, like, the Velcro in the back and then the tag up front so you can, wear just, like, the top and tho so I wanted those, but then I wasn't gonna wear ultras for the race. So I was wondering, is there another brand of gaiter that, like, connects to something that doesn't have, like, the Velcro and stuff, you know?
I've seen a bunch of, like I think there are posts online about people doing, like, DIY of, like, just attaching little Velcros on the front and the back
Oh,
there.
okay.
I've never done it, but
Okay. Okay. Well, if
darn, well,
anybody's listening.
I wish I knew. I'm trying to find I was trying to, like, look in my mailbox to see my vet so I have a pair of gaiters that, it's from, like, a small, I think it's, like, a woman-owned company. She, like, started it herself, and they're kinda just, like, simple. They're, like, that buff material. They're just really simple, and they have the little hook that, like, goes in the front, and then on the back, is the Velcro, but, like, for example, like, these are a pair of trail shoes that I wear, and they don't have
Uh-huh.
anything on the back for them, like, a spot for them but she sends you these super strong Velcro, like,
Okay.
strips, like, rolls, and there's actually a lot. So there's if for some reason it fell off, mine never have because 'cause they're so good, but I have this roll that she sent me that probably you could use on, like, 3 to 4 pairs of shoes, that you just cut them yourself and you just adhere it itself, and then obviously the gaiter itself has the other side of the Velcro, but there's a lot of it, and so I just put it on I think I used it on 3 or 4 different pair of my trail shoes, and it just sticks to the back, um, and it's, like, super sticky and it works. So
is
they
this
so
the Dirty Girl gaiters?
Yes! Yes,
Okay.
that's it. That's it.
What
Thank
are they
you.
called? Dirty Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Dirty
I'm like
Girl.
I'm a Gator girl. I think
Yeah.
I can't think of a single race where I haven't worn them because they just feel like nothing to me. Because I have my socks on underneath and my socks are like crew length, so they're like a little bit high, and then the gaiters just sit there, and so I don't even know that they're there. So I just
Mhm.
always wear them because I'm like, well, I'll know if I don't have them and I want them. Like for sure. If I start getting rocks in my shoes, I'm gonna be like, man, why didn't I just wear them? Um, because I don't even feel them. I don't even know they're there. So I always wear them. I don't yeah, I'm like 100% a Gator girl. And that's the brand, Dirty Girl. So,
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna get some too because, I mean, like I said, this race is so sandy, and I do like, I was listening to somebody's podcast, and it was, Between 2 Pines, and they were talking about playing, toe box soccer with, like, the pebble, and you're, like,
Uh,
just trying to get the pebble to go
just
over to these other toes, and, of course, it doesn't stay, it comes back, and
you're,
you're
like,
trying to
scrunching up your toes to try
that's
to
a
get them
yeah,
to, like, make
yeah,
ground.
and this race, habanero, you get so much sand, it goes up in your toe box, and you start hitting your foot against the front of that sand, so you, like, lose, like, a half size off your shoe,
Mm,
and, obviously,
that
that's not great.
sounds
So,
awful.
okay. Thank you, Megan.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
no,
you, Megan.
thank
Megan.
I'm glad you
Okay.
brought that
New
up.
patterns too. I feel like they have so many fun, like, yeah.
Yes. If you look at the mine are just
Okay, let's
plain
get
black,
Gaiters.
but
Oh,
she has really cool patterns. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna jump to socks, and Sarah, you're gonna kick us off.
okay, okay. Let me
Any sock recommendations?
Okay, okay. I so I have a few. So I have a few that are like, I guess maybe, well, a little more like, I don't know. You pay up for them a little bit. Like I love the Darn Tough socks. Like I have the micro like Strider ultralight. I love crew length. I also like the quarter too if it stays well, but sometimes also I just wear the like the mid-weight, just like hiking ones in the winter are great. Um, do you want me to do all of mine or just do one?
Let's do socks. Do
Okay,
all the
okay, okay.
socks, girl.
And then I also really like Feetures, Feet,
Mhm.
URES, and these are a quarter and these are the, crew length. I just like, so both of these, I definitely like a sock that is like, I don't like too much cushion because I feel like it messes up how, yeah, I don't like the way it feels in my shoe. It just depends.
Mhm.
But I do like it when it feels like it's hugging my arch, and I like the material, like, it doesn't feel slippery. Sometimes some socks feel kinda slippery, and
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, so neither of these, and so these are the Elite Light Cushion, um, socks, and I haven't tried some of their other ones. I think, both Darn Tough and Features make great socks. And then some, like, cheaper ones, actually, my mom pointed me to, I'm not gonna get the name right, but it's these, like, cheap Amazon socks. They had both, like, quarter length and, like, maybe micro crew. They're kind of, like, lightweight, like, I don't expect them to last maybe as long as some of the other ones, but, like, they feel really good, and I find myself grabbing them a lot, and they have, like, a bunch of
Mhm.
really cute colors. Let's see. I can bring up what um, the name of 'em, it's a kind of a funny name. Calangia?
Those
C-U-A-N,
Amazon brands yeah,
yeah, it's
it's
kind of a
crazy. Okay,
random.
sorry, you were spelling it. Go ahead and spell it,
Oh,
and I'll write it down.
sorry, Cuangya. But it's like, so, like, Darn Tough features a lot of the brands that make, like, like, performance running socks. I mean, it's hard to get a pair for less 18 to 22 bucks or so, and you can get a pack of 6 of these puppies for the price of 1, which is, like, nice to just have, and they feel good to me. And then another cheap one is just, I got, like, Nordstrom Rack totally has, like, decent socks. Like, these are already starting to wear, but they're just like an Adidas crew sock, and I have, like, a few packs of those. I like the way they feel, and yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of socks, but there's definitely, like, some socks I have that I don't gravitate towards for feeling slippery or feeling like it's, like, it doesn't lay flat enough on my foot in the
Mhm.
shoe. So, anyway, those are, yeah, the ones that I brought
Or,
up.
like, some the seam is really big or something, across the
Mhm.
so,
Yeah, the
okay,
little
Sarah, I'm
toe
gonna ask
seam
you
is, like, so annoying when it has too big of a seam there.
yeah, I have some of those too. Okay, I am gonna ask you to pick the one that you're gonna race in, and let's go for the 100 miler. Like, which sock are you putting on well, and obviously, you can, change socks along the way, so maybe you can pick a few that you like, what ones would you be wearing on race day?
I think I'm probably gonna wear, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the Darn Tough. Um, I another pair of Darn Tough that I had originally gotten for winter are these, like, over the calf socks that actually on their website say, like, ski and snowboard, but they're, like, lightweight, and, like, so sometimes, like, when you're running certain trails, like, maybe there's a lot of overgrown brush, and so your legs are just getting really cut up or something, and I was thinking, like, if you had a race that is gonna change temperatures drastically or you're gonna have a lot of brush you go through or whatever, like even, just yesterday I was running, up high and it was like I'd pull them up or you can roll 'em down to a crew or whatever, and I liked that flexibility. So but I I'm really into the Darn Tough right now, so probably I'll
I
wear
like it.
that. So
Okay, I like some Darn Tough too,
Mhm.
right. Megan, you're up.
Yeah. I always are the darn tufts are they wool? Do you know?
Um,
Are they
I
wool?
would have to look up. I think they're probably a blend. I'm kinda
Okay.
sensitive to straight wool.
Okay. I
Um,
was curious about that.
yeah.
Um, okay. So mine are Injinjis. I'm an Injinji girl. Um, so oh, here we go. I like I guess I said crew before. I meant mini crew. I'm a mini crew girl. So I like it to come like just above my ankle so it doesn't slide down. But I can't have anything that's too high up on my calf because I have bad calves. I have like calf issues that go back like years and years and years. So I can't have anything like it bothers my calves when I have like compression up there of any kind. So I go mini crew length. Um, but I have all of the different, like, thicknesses, um, and I think this one is the mid-weight trail, and this is what I'll grab, a lot for trail runs. I'll go, like, the mid-weight trail, and then for road, I'll do the lightweight. I think that sometimes I even do the trail, just because I like what you said, Sarah, about this, like, part around the middle where it, like, hugs your arch and it, like, hugs the middle of your foot. These do that really well too, and the trail ones do it I feel more than the road, socks or the other, like, lighter weight socks, so I tend to go for the trail ones even for road racing or road running, just, like, the lighter weight, not the heavier, like, thickness. But, yeah, and Gingy, and I like the single toes, I know. I thought I wouldn't like it, and it's actually funny because my husband has been wearing Injinji socks just as, like, normal socks for years, years and years, so and, because he likes the toe spacers and stuff too that he'll wear, like, with him, and so I swore that I wouldn't like it, and then I wouldn't try them, and then I tried them, and I loved them.
I
So
really I really wanted to be an Injinji girl, and I have a few pairs, but, like, I don't know if my toes or my like, the ball of my foot is just, like, kinda wider, but I feel like every pair of my shoes when I wear Injinjis, I'm just, like, kind of uncomfortably pushing the sides of my shoes, and
Oh,
so they just don't seem to work for my feet, but I really
mm,
wanted to be
mhm,
an Injinji girl,
yeah.
so I respect it.
I respect you because it's so hard to find, it's I don't really know of any other brands or any big ones that do the toes, that do the single toes. So it's hard because even ones like Darn Tough and all these different brands that have really good running shoes, but they don't have the toes, and I really like the toes now. And so now I'm, like, almost limited, in, like, what I can branch out because it's so hard to find the toes, but yeah. I always wear these, like, every run. Yeah.
Well, I just hope that company just keeps, running strong because otherwise, they'd take your career down with you if
No, and we're gonna talk about that with
Don't
trail shoes because that's what happened to me, and now I'm in a
oh,
frantic search for shoes, but we'll get to that.
don't features do toe socks too?
I don't
That'd be
not that I've
interesting.
seen, they might, but I've
I
only
think
seen the, like, ads and stuff, like the normal ones, but they
Okay,
might. I'll
maybe
have to
I'm
check it.
crazy.
I'm gonna check
Well,
what do you got?
I do not respect either of you. No. I'm
Oh.
just kidding. Megan's being so respectful. Okay, I am super nervous to try out the toe socks. I don't know why. I think because I don't wanna spend, like, 20 bucks on something and then not like it, so I'm
Mhm.
cheap or something. I think I mean, obviously, lots of people like it, so I just need to I just need to try it
Yeah.
and then I can make up my mind. But my sock, you guys, I like you, Sarah, I have a lot of socks. I went from what was the brand before Darn Tough? Oh, Smartwool. Smartwool was the thing, and then Darn Tough was the thing, and I swore up and down by them until I met this cutie.
What is she?
It's Hoka. Okay, yeah. I knew this was gonna happen, that I was gonna totally just mess up my camera.
Mhm.
Okay, this is a Hoka sock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a Hoka sock. Wow, okay.
You guys, I I love them, and they're so stupid expensive. You get, 3 of them for, like, 60 freaking dollars.
Uh,
They don't hold up super well, like, here's an older pair, and they get just kinda worn.
mhm,
Like, I definitely like, here this pair is newer than this, like, I bought them several months apart, and I want to wear the newer one. Like, I'm like, "Well, those are
mm,
kinda old and crusty." For no other reason than they just kinda, like, they lose it a little bit, so it's frustrating because 'cause they're expensive, they don't hold up super great,
but you love
but I love them. Like, something ab I don't know, it's the material, like, it's something about the thickness, and then they do have kind of that arch support underneath,
Mhm.
in the middle of your foot. They're not too thin, they're not too thick. I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
They're cute, but I just I don't wanna wear anything else. It's stupid. And so
Wow.
I'm trying to deal with myself. I don't know what to do. I don't wanna wear any other sock. I love them.
Ah. I
That's
will
my
say, I
story.
think moral of the
Eh,
story is that, like, favorite socks are gonna be expensive no matter what.
Yeah.
Why are they so expensive? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's like, geez, like 2 okay, so it's $60 for 3.
I mean,
Get
so
like
the
a 3
same
pack
as
of
same
Yeah.
as all
the
these
cruise.
other guys,
Yep,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
Genjis,
Sorry, sorry,
these are,
sorry.
like, 16 to $18, something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, normal expensive sock.
Mhm.
Um, but geez, like 6 of these, you can buy a pair of shoes. So,
I
Mhm.
I
know,
don't know.
like,
You
what are
need
you
socks
gonna
in your
choose
shoes,
on
though.
that? Socks or
Mhm.
shoes? I
I know. If I have to choose between socks and shoes. Do you guys remember okay, well, at least when I was in high school, which was probably before you were in high school, it was cool to wear no socks, like, at the track.
Oh, yeah.
We were all
Or they
going
were,
through
like,
something.
so hidden that you couldn't see them, like, they had to be super low, right?
And it wasn't comfortable. Like,
No,
what were we doing? It was
no.
so dumb.
And now here,
Okay.
old lady,
Here
like, crew length, like, it's
I know. I know, now I love it, and I love this length. I don't know why, I'm just trendy.
Is that one of the higher is that, like, a true crew length? Is that, like, a high up?
It's the trend, and I'm in it, and I love it.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, let's
It
move
makes the
on,
calves
my
pop.
dears. Yeah. Is that what they're supposed to do? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I like
Sounds
probably. I'm sure, like, the people who are making the call on this, like, have a reason, but whew, okay. I'm just still pumped about Gaiters, but we're gonna move on. 2, we're gonna move on to road trainers, not racers. So, like, maybe you have your road racing pair that you're gonna pull out, but we're gonna stick with the trainer here. Okay, I do have a question for you guys, though.
Okay.
Would you define so, like, I train in carbon plated shoes all the time. I love them. But, I mean, technically, it's probably more of a racer.
Mhm.
Are you guys gonna, like, get mad at me if I do some carbon plated train you're not
No,
gonna
if
be.
that's what
Okay,
your daily
Sarah says no.
trainer is, that's what your daily trainer is. Good for
Yeah.
you,
I train in
running in,
carbon plated
like,
shoes.
$200 shoes.
Yeah, just
That's yeah, just casual.
casual, easy run.
It is crazy though how, like, yeah, I mean, shoes are just expensive, and sometimes it seems like, "Ooh, how is that the same as that?" But, so
Yes. Well, I have got some news for you, Sarah, because I was
so
looking up my yeah, yes. I was looking up my crazy expensive shoes, and they are all super cheap right now. I was like, "What?" Like, I just paid, like, a couple $100 for these, and now they're, like, cheapo. I don't know what's going on. I think, like, the next model probably came out or something
Uh-huh.
cool.
I was just going
But if
to
you
give that little disclaimer, like, some of my shoes that I'm gonna talk about today are that model, like, doesn't exist anymore, but I run in them currently because I I absolutely refuse to pay full price for a new model that comes out for a pair of shoes. I am the kind of person that hoards the old models. So, like, the shoes that I love, they go on sale because, like, a new model, even maybe even a second new model comes out, and I will, like, search on Amazon to find those, and I'll buy, like, 2 or 3 pairs of a shoe that no longer exists anymore, and then I'm, like, still running in them, like, "Oh, what shoes are those?" And I'm like, "Oh, these are, like, the so and so, but they're, like, 3 years old, and then you can't find them anymore." But that's me. What
I
up?
I
Well,
wish I could say oh,
go
I
ahead,
was
Sarah.
gonna say I wish I could say that I'm like that. We all have our journeys with shoes, and for the longest time, I would say I am just such a sucker for wanting to try the new thing,
Uh,
and but you know what? This year, I'm actually, like, working on that problem,
mhm,
like, I'm admitting I have a problem,
mhm,
and, I'm trying to just, like, wear the shoes that I like because I have plenty of shoes,
mhm.
and I don't need the X model blah, blah, blah. So, actually, there's a few of our shoes when I saw your lineup, I'm like, "Oh, I have that exact thing," and we're both, like, models behind.
Yeah, we're,
So
like, way behind.
Okay, hey, let's make a little rule.
Okay.
If we have the same shoe, like you were just saying, Sarah, like if you have a model or shoe that's the same or similar or something,
Yeah.
you can jump in. Like, let's not move on from that shoe. Like we'll go person by person, but if you have the same shoe, then jump in. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start with a different
Yeah,
category.
start.
You got I'm just here to keep you jumping. I'm gonna start with gym shoes. Like, is there a pair of shoes that maybe you don't love on the road, maybe you don't love on the trail, but you do love in the gym, or some variation of that thought? Like, these are the ones I take to the gym. Because maybe we're not in the gym a ton, like, there's not a ton of treadmill running. What I like in a gym shoe as well is that I can do a treadmill run, but then also go lift, and you cannot do that in some shoes that are, like, stacked real high, like, you can't go lift. I'd feel like I needed to bring a change of shoes, like, you
Mhm.
can't lift in your stacked shoe, so if you guys have any of those, let's start there.
and we're talking about shoes that you can run on the treadmill with also, not just ones you
Yes.
would do okay, okay, okay.
Or maybe it's like, I will only lift weights in these, and that's fine too if you have some that you preferred for that.
Mhm.
I'm going to start
Go.
because I have probably my most hated shoe that is only good for the gym,
Okay.
and it is the Ultra. I have this written down somewhere. It's the Ultra Escalante Racer. Like, I don't know what about this shoe is a racer. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have heard this shoe described like the okay, we gotta get our names right. What is this part? The upper. This guys, I gotta find my camera. Okay.
Mhm.
The upper as like your grandma's doily. And it 100% is. It is like a doily that's just knitted here on top, which I found out also makes it a great like river tubing shoe, water shoe.
Mm.
Not running. You're not gonna run. You're just gonna sit in your tube with this cute little shoe on. It's awful. I would never race in this. I would wear it to the gym to do the I would not wear this on a treadmill. I
Why
would do
not?
the Stairmaster in it,
Why not? Is it not
and
comfortable?
there it's literally like it's like a water shoe. There's no support. There's no, like I mean, Ultras are a little bit of a, like, a zero drop
Zero
kinda
drop.
brand,
Yeah.
and so it's got that going on, which I'm kind of leaning away from currently. Just, like, zero support. I don't know. It's like wearing a doily. It
Yeah.
looks like a doily. But it's kinda cute. I don't know. I thought it was kinda cute. But it is great to lift in, so I'll give it that.
'Cause of the it's
The
probably
running
zero
shoe
drop, right?
the running shoe that's great to lift in.
Yeah.
Okay. I have
Yeah.
one more gym shoe. One more gym shoe, and that is I love wearing these to the gym because you can go from the treadmill like, you can have a great treadmill sesh and then back up, and then hit the weights because it's obviously, like, really low whatever that what's it
Mhm.
called, Sarah?
The
It's a
stack,
low something.
low stack.
Yeah, it's a low stack.
Low
Yeah.
stack.
Okay. It is the Brooks Hyperion Tempo, which I also have no, this is also a Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is the Hyperion Max, which I know we'll get to later. Okay, we'll get to this later because
Are we
this
all
is
gonna
not my
show off our
this is my
Hyperions?
I know. Brooks rocks, right? I mean, oh my gosh.
So this is
We'll
also
get
the
to that later too.
Hyperion
Okay.
tempo.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But this one, so it's kind of more of they're minimal. It does have a carbon plate. I love it on the treadmill, and I love that I can just go straight over to the weights and plyo and crank through some crazy crap in these, and they last forever. I have bought this model. I think I have 4 pairs of these.
Is that one of
That
the older models, or is that one of the newer ones? When
Wait, it's the Tempo?
the
it is
Hyperion
the
oh,
Tempo.
I thought the Tempo didn't have a plate. I thought it was only the Max that had.
Is there a way you can look in here and find out?
well, didn't you say you had the Max too?
Well,
I do
Max
have
has a
the
plate,
Max.
The
but
Max does.
Th They have sold me this shoe 4 times telling me there's a plate in there, like the running store. So, I
Well,
might need to do some
it's
investigation.
whatever your brain tells you.
yeah,
It's all up in here.
there's a plate in there. You know,
Yeah.
there's also, like, the most critical of foam, it's like you're floating.
Is what?
You have the most super critical foam in there that you're just flying with that
Yeah.
shoe. It's a
Yep.
miracle shoe.
Something. Guys, I literally I could the pile I showed you before is not the shoes,
Yeah.
like, these are the top picks because there are more shoes. I've got, like, 4 pairs of these somewhere. Okay, so
That is
those are my
so
gym.
I was gonna say that's so funny that you brought them because literally, like, these are old. These are, like, the first model of Hyperion Tempos. I think I got these, like, years and years ago, and I, like, tried my my problem I'm Megan, I have a problem. My problem is that I buy I'll buy them. Like, I bought these, 6 plus years ago, right? And I tried them out, and I'm like, "Oh, I really like them. I love them. I'm gonna keep them. I'm not gonna return them." But then they go in this pile of all these shoes that because I bought them on sale because they were going out, and so I have all these shoes that I have to go through, and they just kinda, like, stack, so now I finally got to these, but they're old and they don't sell them anymore, but I wear them because I love them on the treadmill, and they're my favorite treadmill shoe. So, funny that you said that. I don't train in them. I have, like, training shoes that I wear specifically for training because 'cause they're 0 drop. They're actually meant to, like, lift and stuff in. I won't lift in, like, shoes that I run in, but I love these things on the treadmill, I'll tell you that. This is, like, my new treadmill.
I mean, they're the same.
Yep, it's the same thing.
They're the same. I've raced in these shoes too, like a 5K.
Oh, yeah?
Look looked it up. They don't have a plate. Absolutely don't. Like, what the heck? No, I'm
Now she's gonna come back and blame
getting
you,
rid of
Sarah. She's
those.
gonna hate that shoe, and now she has 4 pairs
Who
of them
knew
that
I
she
was so
hates.
fast? Who knew I was so fast without a carbon plate? Jeez, okay.
Ah,
That just
Okay,
goes
all
to
this
show
time.
you how good marketing is.
yeah,
Like
This shows how good I am.
yeah,
oh, sorry, yes, of course. No,
yeah.
that's
I mean, I thought the carbon plate was doing that, but it was me.
That's funny.
Okay, Megan, you're up with okay, so
Is
Megan
it
is like the hybrid runner who like does actual weights and is cool and lifts
yeah,
stuff.
I've seen you. You're, like, pumping it. It's awesome.
I am.
So you've got
I'm a trainer,
your
yeah.
special weightlifting
Yeah.
shoes. We will not be discussing today, but you can show us what you wear to the gym.
Oh, I don't have them. I mean, they're in the other
Oh,
room.
just
I
that.
would have to run out of the room and get them. But they're just like yeah, they're
Okay,
probably
but
like
you wear those.
brands that you I mean, I do actually have a pair of Nikes, but I don't wear them often. I wear this same pair. They're from a brand called, Tyr, it's Tyr. It's actually a swimming company. So they make
I
swimsuits.
was gonna say that swimming.
Yep, and so they make, trainers too, and so I wear, pair of trainers, and those are my favorite. They're just 0 drop, there's nothing, because that's just good to lift in, without the cushy and the foamy stuff, so I just wear them. Yeah, simple. There you go. Yep,
I
exactly.
mean,
The 0 drop stuff, they're gonna be your best bet. But I can't run
guys,
in
these
those.
were like $50.
Yeah,
I was like, that's the worst $150 I ever spent.
yeah.
Okay,
Do you have anything?
Sarah, you're up.
Well, so I don't have them in the room because I don't run in them, but they're also like well, okay, so I'll admit I'm guilty of I'm I just lift in whatever shoe if I was on the treadmill, then I'll just like so I know you're not supposed to lift in chunky shoes, but I do sometimes if I have them on my feet.
Mhm.
Um, But, like, if I'm, like, going and I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna do other cross training and lift or something," then I have a pair of Ultras that I don't run in, but I actually love the way they feel on my feet, but I don't wanna run in them, but they're just I think they're the Ultra Superior 4, so 0 drop, and they feel great, so
Mhm.
I really enjoy just wearing them around and then at the gym, so not the treadmill, though, so, yeah.
And they're kind of like the shoes you keep a little cleaner, so you can go to the gym.
I don't think mine are, but yeah, usually.
Wow,
And
okay.
mine are black, so you can black gym shoes.
True, Megan is the
You
smart one.
you can't see.
She, like, gets everything dark
Mhm.
and the same, so she
Yep.
looks coordinated and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I try, although I have gotten, like, this my recent all of my shoe purchases have been lighter colors, like whites and stuff, and that's new for me. So but they're also gonna get really dirty, and I'm just gonna wear them dirty because
that's okay.
I'm them, yeah. But
Do it.
anyway. Oh, yeah, so that brings me actually then if we're going into our daily trainers, right?
Yes, we are.
Articulately. These yeah, look, whites, straight up white.
Oh,
Dang,
I
girl.
know,
Those are very white.
straight up
I
whites.
can't even
Um,
see them, it's, like, glowing.
I
I know,
know, they're
it's like,
"Oh." They make you run faster. Um, no, but actually here is actually the same pair in black. So this is, like, my normal. This is normal, Megan.
Oh,
This is, whatever a phase I'm going through now that I want white shoes. But they're the, Sauconys. Sauconys are, like, my brand. So I have never gone wrong with, like, any of the ones that I've this is the Triumph, I wanna say 22. It's one of the older ones. I think they're on 24 now. But, any of the Triumphs that I've tried, I've loved. So these are my daily ones. These are, like, the ones I'll go for anything. If it's a long run, if it's a short run sometimes. I mean, yeah, they're, I wanna say yeah, this is like a 10 millimeter drop, I think. So it's like a lot, but that's what just makes it feel so easy, I think, on my legs and my calves is like such as that big drop. So that I just like I don't even have to think when I wear these. Um, it's just like it feels like a non-factor in my shoe. So these are like normally my like yeah, I'll pick these up. If I can't decide on what shoe to wear, this is the one. This is the one I'll go through. And this is just the same thing in white. So wow.
I've heard people love those shoes. I've
Mhm.
never worn them, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. Highly recommend. If you're like me, because I can't do the, low drop or 0 drop stuff, so, like, ultras are out, like, all those if it's lower than, like, a 6, I can't do it with my calves. It puts, like, way too much strain on them, and like, that one's a 10, which when I put those on, I'm like, I feel good. But, but yeah, I love them. They're roomy, I've never like, blisters are a non-factor, they're comfy. They're, like, soft and light, so I mean, I wouldn't go out and run, like, intervals or anything in them, but just as, like, a throw a shoe on, feel good on your run, it's my shoe.
do you have an interval
I do.
road shoe?
I
Okay,
do.
show us that.
Um, and you will also not be surprised, they're also Sauconys, but this is
Okay.
the Speed, the Endorphin Speed is their
Oh, yeah, I just had a pair of those.
Yep, the
Classic.
Endorphin
Yeah.
Speed, that is their Saucony's version of, like, a little tempo, like, put a little pep in your step. There's a nylon plate in here, so it's not carbon fiber, it's nylon, so it gives you a little bit of that, like, feeling without the price one of a carbon plate. So it's not as expensive, I wanna say it's, like, 170, 180, so it's not in, like, the 2s like the carbons are, but you feel the spring, so I'll wear these for, tempo stuff that's like a longer, tempo run. So, like, sometimes it'll be like a half an hour, 40-minute, like, warm up, and then you just wedge in, like, a couple little tempo miles, and then it's, like, a long so it ends up being, like, a 2-hour run still. So you still need a shoe that is still gonna give you enough support, like, for your whole run, whereas opposed to, like, I have other shoes that, like, are only like, the ones that I've been trying with the blisters that we'll talk these guys, um are only really meant for, like, 5Ks, 10Ks because there's so this one's this one's the, Tacoma something. Anyway, but they're marketed as a 5K shoe, as a 5K and 10K shoe. So, like,
Me
this for, like, a longer tempo run would not cut it, like, I tried that today, and at, like, 10.5 miles, I was like, "I'm not sure I would pick these up again for a longer tempo."
Mm.
These, I would, 100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So those, I guess
Okay,
those are
and
my favorites. Hmm?
Sarah, you have not tried the Saucony?
I haven't tried the Triumph 22, but I have tried Endorphin Speed 1, 2, and 3. I remember I feel like the 1 was, like, the OG, like,
Mhm.
bladed trainer,
Mhm.
and I remember when I first tried that, I was like, "Wow," that kinda, like, opens a door. Um, but, yeah, sometimes sizing and how it fits my foot for Saucony can be a little off for me. I know they're great shoes, but I haven't been gravitating towards them recently, but, I mean, the Speed is such a great shoe. Yeah.
Alright, I had the Endorphin Speed last year and ran some good stuff in it. I love the way it feels. For some reason, it was squeezing my toes a little bit,
Mm.
and I would get this stupid blister because I wasn't wearing my salty britches like I should
Mhm.
have been. So, I mean, I think there's ways around it,
Mhm.
like, I could have avoided that blister, but, when I went back and I was kind of trying to decide, like, what shoes, you know, this year, like, when I was getting some new shoes, and I tried on the Sauconys again, and I love them, but I wound up not going with them
Mm.
just because I felt like, I don't know, maybe they were, like, a little too cushiony, like, there was, like, a little bit, I don't know.
Mhm.
I would buy them. I would 100% get them. Like, I really like them, but I wound up going with a couple other pairs that we'll get to,
Mhm.
What did
but
you get?
good picks. What was that?
What did you get?
Oh, I okay, so I'll share mine, and then you're gonna go next, Sarah. Okay, so I wound up getting the Hyperion Max, which does have a plate.
Yes.
Mhm.
It has a yeah, a plastic plate, not a carbon plate.
Is that the exact same shoe, Sarah?
Yes, we have the exact same shoe.
Okay,
In the
so
same
you're gonna
spot.
share.
Just kidding.
Okay, some things I just love about the shoe. 1, the laces. Let me get close. I love it when laces have these little teeth. Hello, why make laces any other way? Like,
Mhm.
I
they're
agree.
not gonna come undone. I love
Yep.
it. Also, what is this part called, Sarah? The tongue
Mhm.
part? Sorry, this
Mhm.
part. It's got a name. What's
Yeah.
the name?
Yeah, the tongue.
Fully gusseted on the sides.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. What did you say? It's what?
Gusseted.
Gusseted. Yes. I love that. Like, I love when a shoe is fully gusseted
Mhm.
because it just, like, hugs your foot, and, like, I have some issues, like, if I tie my shoes too tight, my feet go numb. Obviously, if they're too loose and you're sliding around in there, and this, I feel like, kind of solves that problem for me. Like, the shoe does the work, which thank you for figuring that out for me. Um, let's see. The shoe has, I don't know, it's just, like, the right amount of support. Like, I have really cranky feet. Like, I get tendinitis, and I mean, I'll just get all kinds of issues to where my feet really hurt, and I love wearing like, a plated shoe because I feel like it protects me from a lot of that. Um, I feel like I can go out and run a fast 10K in these. I feel like I can go run 30 miles in these, and I feel fast, they feel light, like, um, the only so when I bought these, don't worry, Sarah, I'm not gonna lose you. I also bought these, the Addy Zeros, which are the Light Strike Pros, which are the trainer, not the
The Evo
Racer
SL.
for, yeah. Yes, they're that.
Yeah, those look like
Um, because these are, like, a little bit softer and cushier, like, these are, like, a little bit stiffer,
mm.
and so I do feel like my foot wants a little bit of cush every other run or so. So that's my only thing, like, I wouldn't only just always wear these. Also, Sarah, have you seen the new model?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're
You have
$200
them?
now, which is like,
Mhm.
what?
They're so
No, no, I don't
pretty.
have them, but I want. I
They're
know.
so pretty.
But no, but they look sweet. They're softer than these. Apparently closer to some yeah, the softer, like a little bit more max cush. Like these are gonna be a little firmer than those, I think.
Yeah, girl, have you seen the prices on these right now?
No, I know, it's like $200 for the next version. It's expensive.
Yeah, the next version of these, like, if you buy the older ones, holy crap, it's like 80 bucks. I'm like,
Oh, those are 80 right now? Oh, wow, okay.
"Yeah, I found it for 80." I'm like, yeah, I'll buy them for 80 and
Yeah,
be an old grandma, I don't care." Like, so I gotta do better research and, like, get the older models because they're still really good, and
really.
Save a lot of
I'm
money.
happy to pay half.
I love I love my yeah, Hyperion Max
Okay,
2.
so
Yeah.
jump in, Sarah.
Oh,
Jump in on that.
yeah, yeah, let me just, yeah, tag on that. I
Yeah.
completely agree.
What did I miss?
I love no, I don't I love them too. I love the way it holds my foot. It's, like, the right amount of, like yeah, it's like I don't feel any heel slippage. I like the way like, if I have to pick one shoe to, like, go travel with, and I have some faster miles, but also I'm just, like, running. I've even, like I went to, my brother's wedding, last year, and it was, like there was some, like, light trails, like, with, like, roots and rocks, and I just feel so, like, locked into the shoe, even though, of course, it's not made for that. I felt very nimble that I could still, like, handle certain things, but I just love the way it feels, and if I don't wanna wear, like yeah, if I'm not wearing a race shoe, but I wanna, like, do, yeah, longer tempo or, like, hill repeats or stuff, I tend to gravitate towards that. It's just a great shoe. Yeah.
Okay. I love that you brought that up because I had to do that. I was traveling and I was like, "Ugh, I only have room for one shoe," and I picked this one for all of those reasons. I'm like, it's sturdy, like, you feel like these shoes it's kind of like the, Tempos, like, they just last forever. You're not gonna mess them up even maybe if you get a little trail action on them. Um, and they kinda just let you do a little bit of everything, so good point.
And you said
Point. Okay.
they're $80 right now?
I found let's see, what,
So, whatever
I'm not
you
sure what side I
found,
was
shoot
on.
that over to me because I'm on a quest trying new shoes. So, if they're 80 bucks and they've got a plate in them and they're an old model,
I know, can you believe that? What
it's
the
like
heck, dude?
it's like you're
That's
speaking to my
amazing.
heart.
Okay, so the other shoe I will share, which I'm just kinda daily training in, are the Adizero. They are the Evolve SL.
Yes. Evo SL. How do you
I
like them?
like them.
Because I wanna try those as well.
I like them. These were the shoes I was, like, kinda trying not to get dirty
Mhm.
for a little while because 'cause they're so pretty. Um, the more I wear them, the less I like them.
Okay.
Oh.
Just weird. I don't wanna do they're just not quite the support that I need. I don't know what to
Mm.
say. They are really light, and I like that. Like, I feel like they're lighter than the, um, Hyperion Max. Like, they are just light I don't know, but, I mean, I don't wanna I would do these on, like, maybe a progression run.
Yeah. Have you wore
Like,
them have you
it's
worn them on the track? I see a lot of people wearing them on the
I
track.
would not I was just gonna say this, I would not wanna
No?
wear them on the track.
Oh, really? Okay.
Interesting.
I am really picky on the track, you guys.
Did either of you ever wear the, New Balance, like, Rebel V2, like, the earlier versions of the Rebel?
I didn't have a it wasn't a Rebel. I had a very like, one of their first versions of it was one of those, like, 881, I think it's like but it was a fuel cell, like, 880 something, like, one of the
Right.
first versions of it, like, the first version of it, and I didn't like it. So that I don't know why, it just kinda, like, put my brain in a different direction other than New Balance, but now I kinda wanna try them again because I hear a lot of people talk about how New Balance is like, they've gotten really good. So do you have them?
Oh,
The
well, so I've heard I've heard people talk about, like, the Evo SL from Adidas is kind of like a comparable I don't have the
Oh,
latest version of the Rebel, but I think they're up to the V5 now. Supposedly really good. I loved the V2. I still have an old version of that, but it was like yeah, I wouldn't wear it for a long run. Um, yeah, it's definitely not as supported, but the cushioning, it's like it's light and it's fast. Um,
mhm.
so but yeah, I mean, it is
I'm
interesting how, like, it's like sometimes we do end up choosing a shoe that, like, maybe isn't the lightest and fastest shoe if we know we're gonna be comfortable for the
Mhm.
whole time too, which is huge. So that's interesting because I've been super curious about that shoe, the Evo SL.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say,
that's
do you know what the stack height is and, like, what the drop is on the Evo SL, Kelly?
Oh,
Mhm.
I do
I was
not.
curious. No, I'm
I
just
don't
wondering what
I mean,
yeah, like, what the
it's significant. Here's a few other things I will say about this. 1, the laces suck. Like,
Okay.
they're like butter. There's n it nothing's gusseted in here, and actually, like, the tongue is really like, when I put it on, I have to, like, stick my finger in there and, like, smooth it down 'cause it's like it's like toilet paper. I don't know, it's like it's not my
Yep,
favorite.
it's the same thing
Um,
with my Adidas ones. It's like I have to do the same thing.
yeah, like, it's
But
nice it's
it bunches, and
yeah,
then you have to try to, like, smooth
yes,
out the creases to try to get it to sit flat. Yeah.
right, which
and
yeah, I like
it says the stack is 37 and 30.5, so 6.5 millimeter drop.
Okay, but still in the 30s. Okay, so it's got some cushion under
I
there.
would have
yeah,
thought it would have been lower. It's interesting.
Huh. Yeah, this guy is
um,
only, 27 to 33. So it's, like, not a whole lot under there at all. Um, but I was that's why I was curious about those because, like, when I've been wearing these, I'm like, I feel like I'm make like ground contact. Like there it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot underneath, which is the point because they're supposed to be fast racing shoes to wear for 5Ks and 10Ks. So you're not supposed to have a lot, but I'm looking for a version that feels fast, like cuz I like these they feel these are okay, I never actually said the name. They're the Addy Zero Takumi Sen 10s. I think now they have the
good to know.
10s you can't get. I think you have to get the 11s now. But, oh, here, let me get there we go. They look similar to yours. But,
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been trying I love the way these are the ones that were giving me bliss that I've tried these 3 times now. Today was my 3rd time, and it gives me this weird, rub, like, right up here where if you can see it, where, like, the tongue, like,
Mm.
underneath, like, where the tongue lays underneath the shoe, like, right where it lays on your
Oh,
shoe, there's this piece where the tongue is, like, stitched in underneath, and it rubs on my
yeah, it's actually pretty I'm sticking my hand in there,
and you
that's
feel it.
like
Yeah.
a ro
Yep,
that's a road bump,
yep,
man. Like, it doesn't bother me,
yeah.
but I can see that bothering somebody,
Yeah,
like,
so
it's
it
not
bothers me a lot, so I've actually had, like, bloody like, it's made my foot, like, bleeding before. So but now I put on, like, Leukotape, and it solves the problem. But I want one that feels like this because I like the way it feels, it's fast, I feel great, but I can't wear it for long because I'm like, there's nothing underneath, and I'm just pounding pavement right now. So that's why I was curious about the Evos, but if you say you're not such a fan, then I'm
so I mean, I would put some miles on these. I wouldn't be afraid. I guess, like, I am happy to wear these on, like, a longer easy run,
okay,
like, totally happy. Like, I would not be afraid to put 15 miles on these.
okay.
Um, like I said, I don't necessarily, like, wanna go to the track or, like, do anything crazy speed work in them, but,
So they don't really
I actually have at the
feel
gym
super fast.
yeah, like, at the gym one time I did what was I was doing some faster workout on the treadmill, and it was fine, it wasn't great,
Okay,
like, it didn't feel great to go fast, so I
okay,
do, like, I use them as kind of like, the day off of these guys,
gotcha.
and they're a little cushier, softer, happy to go on, like, a longer easy run in 'em.
Okay, okay, interesting. Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay, what else?
Sarah, do you have a tempo shoe? Like a faster
Uh,
interval shoe?
well, so I do use the Hyperion Max for a bunch of yeah, I mean, so other quick ones that I think I saw on your list also, I
Mhm,
do have the Nova Blast 3.
mhm.
And then I also a shoe that I feel like has gone downhill since this is the New Balance More before. Don't look at how discolored it is. It has
Mhm.
600 miles on it, and I
Oh,
still hear it.
durable.
Yeah, I love this shoe. Also, another shoe that I travel in. It's funny because this is like supposed to be like a cushy recovery shoe,
Mhm.
and you know, I think shoes, like, just if they fit with your stride and your foot, like, it doesn't matter what anybody else says, like, it
Mhm.
works for you, it works. And, it's funny because with this shoe, like, I actually do sometimes like when the drop is a little lower because I tend to land a little bit more midfoot, and
Mhm.
there's something about the way this foot kinda hits with my stride that I just feel like I'm bouncing, like, still now, like, so far in. And but I I got the version 5, and then I haven't gotten the 6, so I'm not going to get it because it looks like it's so chunky and
Mm,
it feels too much like I don't know, it's just heavy and kinda, like,
mhm.
doesn't fit my foot very well. But I did love the version 4, but you can't really find it anymore. But I'll
You like the ASIC. Do you wear
What's
that?
that?
But you do like the, ASIC.
I do.
Do you wear them a
I
lot?
do. I like them. I don't think, like I don't know if like, I like them and I wear them a ton, but I think because of the higher drop, I don't it doesn't like, my stride's not quite how I don't know, I feel like I'm slappy a little bit,
Mhm. Okay.
but I do like them a lot,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. I'll wear them too. I'll wear them just, like, to, like, switch it up sometimes. I'm going for, like, a normal run, it's nothing special, it's just to put some miles on. If, like, I've done my Sauconys for a while, I'm just like, "Ah, I'll throw these on," and that's kinda like their role in my life.
Actually, I wear them a lot on the treadmill, actually. I
Oh,
do,
really?
like I'm doing, like if I'm doing uphill treadmill or even, like, just, like, steeper hiking on
Mhm.
the treadmill, like, I think because it does have a little bit more of a drop, then it's like the time until I'm, like, on my toes, when if you're, like, at a steep
Incline.
incline. Yeah, but I'll admit that sometimes if I'm doing, like, hard VO2 intervals or something, that occasionally I do wear just, like, like a full-on racer with, like,
Mm,
a carbon plate. So, but these are kinda my standard, like, more daily type
yeah.
shoes. Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to add to that portion? Because 'Cause we're gonna get
Oh,
to our Oh, go ahead.
I have one I guess I should add just because well, I don't have the newer versions. I do really like New Balance. I like the way it fits on my feet, and I like the
Mhm.
softness, but so these are the, Super Comp Trainer, V2. Now they're on to V4, and think I think I put on the V3 and I liked it, I didn't need another shoe, so I
Mhm.
didn't buy it. But I mean, I have it's funny because some people I remember this one guy in literally a New Balance running store was, like, trying to deter, somebody from not getting them. He's still like, "You'll only get 80 miles out of them, like, they're not good," whatever, and I'm like, "Well, I have 600 miles in these shoes. I ran all of the Vermont 100 and my other ones, the black ones I have, like,
Oh,
they're
really?
great shoes." And, I still wear them even though they're both, like, you know, 400 and, like, 500 miles or something, but I do love those shoes too.
And those are the plated, right? The super comps?
Yeah, they have a plate. Mhm.
Cool. Hmm.
Anyway, that's
Right,
it.
you're making me want to try on some New Balance.
I do. I do. I've been looking at the 880. It's like 880s. I think they're on, like, version 15 or something now. I don't know, but those are just like a daily trainer, which I actually am not, like, super in need of. I'm actually more in need of a trail shoe. So if we're moving on to trail shoes, that is
We're not
yeah.
we're not moving on yet, Megan, we are still
No?
on the road, so calm
Ugh,
down.
okay.
Because we have to do our racer, like, what are you racing your butt off in? And I currently am looking at some marathons, so I'm talking, like, whatever, I mean, I would race a 5K and I'm gonna show you them. Like, I want them to be on a pedestal in my closet.
ASIC.
Can you guys hear the music?
Yes, I hear it.
Sarah hears the music. These babies are so freaking sweet. First of all, they've got the laces, right? Thank you
Mm.
for making some laces that stick together. They are not gusseted, and they do have the toilet paper tongue, but I can get past that because they're so light. I mean, this material, the upper is just like they are so light, and, I mean, so do they have a name? Yes. The Asics Metaspeed Sky, um, they're incredible, and I have raced in the Saucony Endorphin. I've raced in the Nike Alpha Fly or whatever the
Mhm.
cool one is.
Better.
Love these. Like, I would wear these every day if I could afford them, but they were expensive.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Super
I like your
expensive.
color way
So,
better than mine.
oh, I like that color, I mean, you know. But look, I have
I like
worn these I think I've worn them twice. One to, like, break them in, and then in the marathon. No, I ran 2 marathons, so I've worn them 3 times, and I wanna wear them every day. But that's my race shoe. I mean, I would race a 5K in 'em, like, anything, and be, like, stoked. So, what do you guys got? I mean,
That
Sarah obviously
that's your
knows what she's
racer
doing.
too?
Actually, I have the other one. Okay, if I'm gonna be totally upfront with you guys,
Mhm.
I have both the Sky and the Edge.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of money, and I'm acknowledging a little absurd. But I
Do
don't know.
not give away your address, 'cause somebody's gonna break into your home
Oh
to,
my
like, rob
god.
you of all of your shoes.
I don't live in New Mexico, I live in Texas
No,
too.
I've never
No, so this is the ASICS Metaspeed, Edge Paris, and, they actually just came out with the Tokyo version of both the Sky and the Edge, and apparently that's even more awesome, if that's
Mhm.
possible, but I freaking love these shoes. They're so light, they're so bouncy, I love the way my stride feels in them. I mean, I don't yeah, it's been a while since I've worn them, just since I haven't been doing, like, fast stuff recently, but it's on the road, but, like, oh gosh, they're awesome. So,
Hmm.
Really
So,
kind of so what are you racing in, Megan?
I don't have racers. I don't
Eh,
but now I think I have to invest in these Metaspeed ones. Yeah, so
yes.
I think, like, the marathons I've done and, like, some of the faster I've done the, Endorphin, the speeds, the Sauconys, but, yeah, I don't do a lot of road races. So it's like, I I'll do I train a lot on the road and I'll do fast things on the road, but I never really sign up for road races. So I've never really purchased like a super well, actually, uh, take that back. I do have a pair of those like Nike Zoom, the first like I got it years ago. I want to say like what the first edition of like the Nike carbon plated Alpha
The Vaporfly
Zoom Fly, yeah,
or the
yeah, one of those, yep. Um, and I have it, and I got it in, a size 7.5, which was, like, what size my foot used to be, but now my foot is, like, a size 8. It's like I don't know if you guys has experienced this too, but, like, from ultra running and all this running, I feel like my feet have, like, kinda, like, flattened, and I I know they're not growing, and that sounds stupid, but since I've been buying trail shoes which they say to buy I mean, I started buying a half size up because I was getting the toe blisters and stuff, so I started buying size 8s, and now it's like my foot has, like, is now a size 8. So, I try to put on those shoes because I was doing, last summer, I did a summer solstice. It's a 6-hour run around this mile paved, like, loop in a park, and so I was like, "Oh, it's like, what a perfect opportunity." I've never worn these things. I've had them forever. They're super expensive shoes, and they're, like, really good. They got the complete and I put them on my foot, and I felt like I was, like, scrunched inside of this shoe, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way I can wear this." So now I have these shoes that, like so they I mean, I guess I can
hand
have
them over,
them.
Megan, I'll take them.
You have a si are you 7.5?
No,
Oh.
and Nike
actually,
Alpha Flies,
I need that size.
oh,
If it's a set
there's a
you can literally have
I
them because they're just gonna sit there and not get used. So
I think they do run a little bit small, but, like, the Alpha Flies are like putting on a sock. I mean, they're like, they are a gusset,
mhm.
just one big gusset.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a little bit intimidating because 'cause you're like, "Oh my gosh, this feels really
Mhm.
tight," but I wound up really liking them because it's like it's giving enough to where, like, it's responding to, like, your foot flexion and
Mhm.
all of that kind of stuff. but also just, like, holding your foot so perfectly. So I like them. It's,
Maybe I should
like,
give them a shot.
a very different feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think racers are am I wrong in saying that races are kinda supposed to feel that way? They're supposed to be.
I don't know if your toes are supposed to feel, like, scrunched,
Uh-huh.
like, I think probably if you were up a size, you'd still have the hugging
Uh-huh.
of your foot, but your toes, like, because I had that too I had the exact same thing happen where, like, I was always a 7,
Mhm.
and then now some of my shoes, like, I couldn't even finish the life of them because
Mhm.
my toes are now too like, I guess I'm a 7.5 now. So, yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
All of them. I mean, the Alpha Flight is really, like, it's like it's like a sock that you put on, like, this really kind of firm sock,
Okay. So maybe
which reminds me more kind of like because it's so gusseted, and I don't feel like that in these shoes.
Mhm.
Like, you have a lot more,
You have
you know,
okay.
you have a lot more play for you to decide how the shoe is fitting rather than the shoe, like, deciding that for you.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Maybe I just have to give
yeah,
'em a
like, all racers aren't gonna feel like that. That's pretty specific to the Nike Alpha Fly.
okay. Sorry. I need some
Just
more
you just get those in the mail to Sarah.
I'm telling you, you want them, you can have them. Just give me your address. Yeah,
Yeah,
70
and then we're gonna
and
come steal all your other
yeah,
shoes.
and I
I
literally
mean, it
I
sounds
think
like you're not gonna be able to wear them, so it's gonna be
no,
fine.
I think they have, like, 5 miles on them, maybe. I bought them because I was doing back before I was trail running, I was gonna do a marathon. This was, like, COVID time. And so I bought them because I had signed up for a marathon, and then COVID came around and they canceled the marathon. So I never actually got to wear them for the marathon, but I tried them out on, like, a, like, really short, because they were the shoe that came out, there's like, "Oh, you're only gonna be able to get 100 miles out of these because they're super shoe, whatever." And so I didn't wanna wear them too much, so I just wore them for a couple miles back then, and so they're, like, brand new sitting in there, so they're yours if you want them.
Or flies to train in, a
Mhm,
few races in 'em. You lose a little bit, like, they're not gonna be like, you want your, like, marathon race shoe to be, like, brand new, right? Because you're counting those seconds and trying to go to the Olympics in your mind. After I had run a little bit in Alpha Flies, I kinda just turned them into train tons of miles on
mhm.
them. They're kinda loud, like, they clump and clomp, which these do not either. So, don't think that, like, one plated racer is like another, like, they're very, very, very different from
Yeah.
these, and I like these better, but just so you know.
Yeah. Those were also, like, one of my first pair of Nikes, which I realized, like, Nikes fit very different than, like, a lot of the other
Mhm.
shoes I've tried. For they're, like, very narrow and very hugging, and I think just, like, in general, that's kinda, like, the vibe I'm getting from Nikes, so I don't think I was just, like, used to that, I need more room.
Well, particularly with your toe socks, I mean,
Right?
I don't think
Alright.
Nike's gonna work.
No, that's not gonna work. Not even yeah, you would yeah, yeah. No.
Okay.
Not a Nike girl.
Trail.
What was that?
Trail.
Oh, trail.
Trail, are we trail? Are we ready to
Yeah,
trail?
let's do it, let's do it.
Okay. I vote Sarah starts because I feel like I've been talking a lot, so Sarah.
Okay, okay. I'm just gonna start with, well, I'll start with what I think I'm gonna run, like, what I been racing in all year.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
so, excuse how dirty they are, but just the Adidas Aerobic Speed Ultra. Um, they're a great shoe. I have complaints about them. I mean, I don't think the heel lockdown is very good. I don't know if either of you experienced that.
Yep.
Um, but in terms of the ride, oh, nice. Okay. In terms of the ride and how it feels underfoot, like, I mean, it definitely is like a great sensation. And even though like they're kind of tall, I've worn them for relatively technical races. I mean, I'm locked down enough that it hasn't stopped me from wearing it, and I think I'm getting enough benefit, and I enjoy running uphill in them, and, they're a great shoe. Oh, and speaking of money, so the first pair, I I spent the big dollar on them, and then I was like, if you depending on what size you are, you should
Mhm.
totally look on eBay. I got this second pair brand new, my size, for $64. So Anyway, look at eBay.
Mhm.
Maybe my
Yep.
but I love good shoes.
Yeah, and look around, I think I just got mine on, I I have the Addy Club app on my phone. I don't know if you guys have that, but it's like the Adidas.
I have the Nike,
It's
but it's similar, like, you can get good deals
You
on
can
it.
get so yeah, but the on the Adidas one, you get points even for working out and running. So it's like every run you log every day, you get points. And so you like gather these points and then it'll be like, "Oh, you've accumulated 6,000 points. You have 35% off." And you're like, "What? I have 35% off just for going on my runs every day." And it just like it just sinks
That's
to yeah. So
cool.
anyway, so if you're ever I would absolutely recommend because I ended up getting these like you said, they're like $220 shoes or something,
Mhm.
and I got them for they were 90 and then with that percentage off, I got them for $70. And, so I'll
What? Nice.
me in a bargain
Girl,
for $220
protect.
shoes for 70
Okay,
bucks.
Megan, you're frozen right now. Okay, wait. Megan, are those the same shoes that Sarah had? They're
Same
just
shoe.
like a different what's
Yep,
they're the
just a different
same,
color.
Different color.
Same. Yep,
different
same
color.
different color.
One is much
They're
cleaner.
the, um they're the, yeah, Agravic Speed Trail Ultra. They have ones that are just the Speed Trail, but then they have Speed Trail Ultra as well. So I think Ultra has the plate,
Oh,
I believe. That's my
Mhm.
like,
okay.
but
$70 too, dude.
for 70 bucks. But I will say I've only worn them, twice now because they're I just got them. And, they're different feeling. I will say I don't like the support in the heel and the ankle. I will say, like, I felt, like, even if I was tying it or, like, lacing it to the heel lock and stuff, I just felt like, that I'm just not used to that, because I've only really run in, like, one other I'm not super versatile in, like, the trail shoes. I got a lot of road shoes, but, um so this is really, like, my first, like, branching out from Saucony
Mhm.
into the trail shoe world. So it just feels very different. I'm just not used to that, like, not very stable or supportive in like the ankle that I'm used to. But these are also meant to be like fast and light and stuff, which my other ones they have a carbon plate, but they're just like cushiony back here. They're solid, they're locked in, they're just different feeling. So I won't say that I didn't like it. I just think I have to get used to it. Um, but I did, I liked it, I just wore it around our state park, so it wasn't super technical. I don't think I would be a little bit nervous, I think, to wear these for, like, something that was super technical just because I felt I didn't feel so locked in my ankle, but I really like them for, like they're fast on, like, a easy trail. Like I said, I liked them uphill. I actually found myself it wasn't supposed to be, like, a hill day, but I was doing hill repeats just because they felt really good doing it, and I was like, "Wow, these feel li" so but yeah, I do like them. I am gonna add them into my, like, training rotation. I don't know if I'm comfortable enough to wear them racing yet. I think I'm gonna stick to my other ones, but I do yeah, but, um, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, so
Yeah, I'm kinda I don't know if you guys saw, but I think they're, like, well, at UTMB, it looks like some of the Adidas, runners are wearing, like, the next version 2 of it, and I am very curious to see if they changed anything about that heel lockdown at all because that's really the main thing to
yeah.
me that's annoying.
Yep, yep, I agree. I agree. So,
Okay.
Wait, so
Alright, what
what
else?
do you race in then, Megan?
the so this is my gripe. So, these are my I'm gonna turn on hold on. I'm gonna turn on the light 'cause
It's getting
I'm
dark,
losing
right?
light.
Megan, wears black and lives in the night.
I have, like, the window in front of me,
There
so I,
you
like, rely
go.
on sunlight, and now I'm losing sunlight. Anyway, so
I
these
know,
the
we've been going a
I
minute.
know. So, again, a Saucony 'cause I love Saucony. Um, these are the Endorphin Edge, and, they are discontinued. So, I I love them. I have a million pairs now because they discontinued them, so they're like $200 shoes, and they went on sale on Amazon for like 60 or $70. I've got pink ones too. I bought all the colors. I was like, because they went on sale super cheap once they got discontinued, Amazon was selling them super, super cheap. And so I bought so many of them. Like $60, $70 for a $200 shoe. I swooped
What?
them up. Yep. They're amazing feel, support. They got the carbon plate. It is light. It feels fantastic. However, the reason that they're discontinued is because they have the worst soles as far as durability that like I've ever experienced with a shoe. So, um, I will say that like the lugs like this, start chipping off, like pieces start ripping off. I've been on like a training run where like I've had it like flap, like actually like the so, but
Oh.
but that is after maybe like 2 to 300 miles or so, like, you'll have that happen. It all depends on how technical of a trail you're running on too, but, like, they get really beat up and they just the bottom just starts peeling off. So, I'm pretty sure that's why they discontinued it because, I mean, they can't have that happen, but I mean, everything else about the shoe, I love. And so I was like, I will deal with a shoe that's only gonna last me like 300 miles for 60, $70, that I love. I loved everything else about it. It's just, that. So this is what I've been racing in, and then my racers that I've worn that, like, the bottoms get really, like, beat up and stuff, then I'll just turn that into a trainer, and then so I just wear that training because I don't really care, so much about that. But, um but yeah, so this was always my go-to, and now I'm on the quest to try to find, a new trail shoe. So that's my problem.
Um,
So how do you like them,
I was
Kelly?
gonna ask you a question about that.
How do you like them?
Oh, okay, I'll come back to my
Okay.
question for you. So, I I have not found my trail shoe. Like, I have so many different
Uh-huh.
brands. I have shoes that I've, like, barely worn, like, I think I've ran, like, 10 miles in these and was done. Um, and I wore these out on trails yesterday, I'm like, they're really great. They are good.
Oh.
I really like them. Like, I love again, my feet just get kinda trashed quickly, so having the carbon plate in there is so important, I think. It's so protective, like, you're gonna be protected from all those little rocks and roots or whatever is under a foot on the trail, like, you're not gonna tire out your foot when you have the carbon plate. So, I definitely feel like moving forward, I that is pretty exclusively of what I'm gonna be looking for. I haven't ever raced in them. I was supposed to do my race in
Oh,
these.
yeah.
So,
Um,
I don't know, how it'd go, like, the
Yeah,
distance, but they feel great. I really enjoy running in them, so,
yeah. On there,
we'll see. We'll see if I get to put a race
I
on them.
hope they revamp them somehow, and it's, like, the same thing, but with a better, like, a Vibram bot or, like, something that's good. I don't even know what these bottoms are called.
Yeah, and the same
And the
price.
same price, yeah.
Which isn't gonna happen.
Yeah,
But I did buy okay, so I actually got these because I paced Megan at a race, and I was like, "What are you wearing?" And she's like, "You've gotta get these. They're $60." And I was like, $60?" So I went home and I bought this size, and then I bought a half size up. So I have 2 pairs
Mhm. Ready to rock.
ready to roll
Oh,
whenever I get to race.
that's
So,
good.
anyway, that was so funny. Yeah, definitely Megan's recommendation. We always talk about how we influence each
Yeah,
other.
we do each other. We do.
Like the 2
Yep,
people we're
yep.
influencing.
So now I'm like, "What shoes am I gonna buy?"
Yes. Um, let's see. Sarah, let's jump back to you because you only shared the 1 pair, right?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So oh, I guess another shoe that I had enjoyed racing in is I don't have the newest version, but the Tecton X2. Um I really liked the shoe. I still like it a lot. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if you guys have noticed, um, but some of like the pro Hoka women still seem to be wearing the two, even though the three is out. I don't know if you've noticed that, um, but yeah, it's a great shoe. It's definitely in terms of like I think it's a little lower. It doesn't have as much of a rocker as, the Adidas one, and, like, it definitely just feels a little bit more like all mountain kind of you can just handle things even better. I think the 3 is a bit higher stack, a little softer, but I do really like these, and I've raced a few times in these, a shoe I'm liking right now, though, that's more of a trainer, where is it? Um, oh, I don't know if it is.
It's like
See it in this moment.
getting sick.
Maybe
Can't find
okay.
it in the middle of all
Oh,
those shoes.
well, actually, one that I was I don't know where I got this actually, speaking of Nike, to be supportive of Nike a little bit, I got their I haven't worn a Nike shoe in a while,
Mhm.
but I just got the Wild Horse 10,
Yeah.
um,
How do you like
the newest. It's great. So, reason I hadn't been trying Nike shoes is, like, so I had put on my foot, like, the Ultrafly and, like, tried the Pegasus Trail in store and the Zagama in store, but I was, like, in between. Okay, nice. I was, like, in between sizes and, like, it just didn't lock down my foot. Like, it was, like, it just didn't work. But anyways, but then trying the Wild Horse 10, I think there's something about I think maybe the heel counter is just a little bit better. My foot feels very locked in. It's like a really soft shoe, like softer than I thought it would be. Um, yeah, my foot doesn't seem to go forward. Like it feels like a really solid shoe. If I'm gonna be like, I'm thinking of bringing that as my backup shoe to
oh,
change into. Um, and yeah, it's a great shoe. I think I have it in the car right now, so I forgot to bring it
yeah.
in. But but yeah, that's a great shoe.
Interesting. So I actually, it's funny, I have a friend of mine that I've been posting, like, all my shoe stuff on Instagram a lot lately, like, all, like, my trials with the road shoes and stuff,
Mhm.
and so, she's a runner, road runner, and so she hit me up and she was like, "Hey, like, I'm gonna try some trail running because 'cause I'm kinda getting bored of the roads," and so, like, what trail shoe would you recommend and stuff?" And so my advice to anybody, like, I always tell them if anybody asks me for a shoe recommendation, I'm always like, "If whatever brand it is that you love in the road shoe, just, like, check out that brand in a trail shoe, because if you love that shoe, chances are a lot isn't gonna change, like, mechanically, and, like, like, I like a Saucony and Saucony Trail Road, like, any kind, like, I love that shoe.
Mhm.
So, I was like, "That would be my recommendation, like, do that." And she was like, "Well, I run in Nikes." And then so immediately I'm just like, "Oh, man, like, I'm definitely not a Nike person, so I wouldn't be able to help you out with that." But I was like, "But check out their trail shoes." And so when you said that you had the Wild Horse and that you were trying that out, I was like, "Oh," I told her, I was like, "Listen to the podcast," because she might talk about the Wild Horse and I know nothing about it. So, like, um, but if you like them, then
It feels really good, like, like I said, I had tr well, so, um, I mean so in terms of Nike road shoes, I had tried, like, the Pegasus 38, which I think is several years old now, I haven't worn that in a while, but then I had the Wild Horse 5, which was an older version at the time, like
Mhm,
3 or 4 years ago, and then, but yeah, trying this shoe again, I was like, "Oh, okay, so maybe it's just, like, you know how, like, the volume of a shoe or how the heel fits, like, it's just so individual," and, like,
mhm,
I have a good friend who wears the Pegasus Trail all the time.
mhm,
She loves that shoe, but yeah, the Wild Horse, it feels good, um, it doesn't feel too narrow for my foot, I don't have any necessarily hot spots, and
mhm,
it's, surprisingly soft, like, it's a very, I've been grabbing it, like, for
mhm.
if I just, like, gonna go and, like, um, yeah, just have a long run or whatever, like, it's awesome. And speaking of Nike, did you guys see the pictures and stuff from the release of the ACG All Conditions Gear, Wild Horse 2 from
No.
UTM? That looks pretty sweet.
I'll
I
have to
can't wait
check
to try that.
Exact I'll have to look, but I'm gonna dog on Nike for a
yeah.
second.
It's too
They're not gonna
I
sponsor
feel
me,
like
it's
Nike,
fine.
you either, like, absolutely love
Sarah
it
Sarah
or
can
you
still
hate
get
it.
sponsored. I bought these are the Pegasus Trail 5.
okay.
I can't imagine anybody wearing these to run in. They're awful.
Do they
So,
your
the
foot,
the
or do
toe
you
box
like
is
the
big
way they
enough.
feel?
They're, like, running in socks. Like,
Mm.
I mean, obviously, there's no carbon plate, so I need that. I hiked up these stupidly n I think I was trying to be cool is why I took these to hike Mount
Ugh.
Whitney. I thought, "Oh, it's a hike. I'm gonna be walking. I could wear any shoe. I could wear my sandals, like, no big deal." So I picked up these. My feet hurt so bad by the end of that hike. I was like, "These are garbage."
Oh, wow.
So, bad review for me. Like, they offer no support. Like, I felt like I hiked Mount Whitney in socks,
Hmm.
which wasn't great. But Megan, I love what you said to, like, if there's a road shoe that you like, go, find its trail sister because Sarah, have you tried the Mount Fuji's? The Trail Mount Fuji's
Uh,
Asics?
I don't think I have. I think I tried like, the trail, Metis I'm trying to think of which one. They have, like, 2 carbon plated trail shoes, and
Trail shoes?
I tried one of
The
them,
other
and it didn't matter what size I got, but they were way too narrow, and, like, I tried, and it was like, it just didn't work, but I wanna try the other ones, which I think maybe fit more like the racers, like, on the road, maybe?
so I don't know these. A friend owns them and we jog around in them and get a couple trail miles on. They kinda blew my mind. I was like,
Whoa.
"These feel like a frickin' road racer on this trail."
Wow.
The only thing I'm not sure about, I mean, obviously, they'd be great in, like, some buttery smooth trail situation. I did wonder, like, how much technicality I could handle in them because
Mm.
they felt like the road racer
Yeah.
shoe, and I was like, "Wow, I don't know if I could handle that, but it would be great if I could." They felt amazing. I was like, "100%, these are worth every penny." Yes. So, I guess I need to go get a pair
That sounds
because I'm not wearing Nikes. I was like, "These I should just throw them in the trash,"
mm.
because I can't think of one thing. I would wear these on a mountain bike. That's
That's funny.
they're
So it is like we're trashing Nike. So I will say when I did Rocky Raccoon, I did wear Nikes in Rocky Raccoon.
What? And you were telling me to buy the Saucony?
I was because so I tried these on and I was going to use them as my backup shoe and I was like, "You know what? Like we're just going to run in them because I did like a 50K like training run in them prior to Rocky. And I wore them. It was like relatively like not flat, but like flat. It was in San Angelo State Park. So it was like not very technical, like some rocks and stuff, but like and I liked them. And they felt different than the endorphins, but I was like, well, I'll at least I like them, so I'll bring them as my backup shoe. And so I threw them on for Rocky and and as my, like, real shoe because I was like, "Well, you know what? Let's just go for it, and if I don't like them, then I can switch them out, and I know that I have a shoe that I love as my as that I'll be switching into." And so, after, like, the first loop or so, I was getting some little hot spots, and I was like, "Man," like, I was kinda kicking myself, and I was, "Ah, I should have wore the ones that I love." And, and like, at that feeling after you get some blisters and hot spots where it just kinda, like, gets numb because it's like the pain kinda just, like, numbs away a little bit, like, from the blister, and so I did ended up getting more blisters than I should have or I would normally would have, but I didn't change out of them, I was being really stubborn, and so I was like, "I'm not gonna stop and change my shoes, I'm just gonna suck this up, and whatever blisters I get, I get." So I did end up getting, like, more blisters and more rubs and, like, in weird spots that I wouldn't have, like, normally gotten blisters and stuff. So but I did like the way that they felt. I think it's just another thing. It's just Nikes just don't fit super well on my foot. So they just, like, rub in weird places and give me blisters and stuff, but I didn't not like the feel of it. It felt great running. It felt like, um yeah, like, it felt like it has the carbon plate in it. So these are Fly
Ultrafly?
Play Ultrafly? Ultrafly.
Mhm.
Um, and, uh And so there's the plate, and so it felt good. I felt super supportive. I felt springy. I felt, all of that. It's just for some reason wherever it hugs is just not great for my foot. But so I will say, like, so anybody whose foot does work well with Nike, I don't think they make them anymore on women's though, because I was trying to look after the girl like hit me up about Nike shoes, and I looked for these, and they don't have them in women's anymore. So I don't know what the deal is, but um I think that now they have the Zagamas and stuff, so I don't think that they make these anymore for women, but I did I mean, so I wouldn't say Nike's all bad. It just doesn't work for my
Well, I've tried those on, I didn't end up ever, like, doing a run in them, but I just, like even just sitting there, I couldn't get that shoe to lock around my ankle well enough. But I'll say, like, the Wild Horse fit of, like, how my heel was sitting there was so
was
different
different.
than how than that felt, and, like, if it had, like, the way that that felt in the Ultrafly, I probably
Would've gone
I would've kept it to try it,
mhm.
but, but yeah, I think also another thing with Nike is they're transitioning their Nike Trail to it's no longer Nike Trail, it's like Nike ACG, is, like, their whole thing, so, yeah, and I think the next version comes out in, like, March or something, but,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's so funny how, like, because yeah, there are people that really love that shoe and
Mhm,
have, like, multiples, and then, yeah, it doesn't work for us, I guess.
mhm.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It is kinda crazy though, like, how I guess, like, we're all talking about all these different shoes. It's so dependent because like, all of them are great for some people. Like, some
totally.
people will literally talk of Nike like they're the greatest shoe ever, but I will be like, "No, I'm not super fan of them," but it's like it's you just gotta find the one that fits your foot, and you just gotta be willing to kinda do that, like, trial and error, which kinda stinks because it's an expensive experiment. But but
Yeah.
but it's true, it's like all the shoes are great for some people, they're just not gonna be great for everybody. You just gotta find yours.
Yeah. Another shoe I like, I have gripes about it, but I think Asics just fits my foot really well, so maybe, Kelly, you should try this. This is the, Trabuco 13. I also think the colorway is, like, really sick. It's like a like sandstone,
Mm.
like, I don't know. But,
Mhm.
I really like it, like, it feels like it grips super well, like, I love like, I actually feel decently quick in it. My only problem with this shoe is I feel like it needs even though my foot's in there, it feels really, like, held nicely. When I'm actually running down a steeper hill, it's clear that there's some part of this that it's just not hold my foot slides and I hit the front, which is a decent problem in a
Mhm.
technical running shoe. But, like, I love this shoe otherwise, and I think if they had added a slightly bit more structure or something, just maybe it's just my foot, the way my foot is shaped, but otherwise, I think I like shoes that just have a little bit more structure in
Mhm.
the well,
I do too.
so, but
Is that one-plated, Sarah?
no, these don't have a plate, but they're decently firm still, um, but oh, another thing I might add, speaking of you were talking about people who, are just, like, liking plated shoes and stuff like that. Also, like, there's, my brother-in-law or there's some people where it's, like, if you have, like, really bad, like, arthritis in your toes or your big toe and, like, or some people, like, certain things where, like, maybe their joint is fused there for whatever reason, they had some sort of problem, and, like, there's a lot of shoes that it's like you can't they're not gonna be able to wear a shoe that is super flexible at the toe, and so plated shoes have been great,
Mm.
for some of those people that I've talked to, that just, like, it helps get you forward without having to rely on that toe flexion.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's what saves me and my cranky toes. Okay, did we I wanna add another category, but did everybody get through kind of their top trail, what they're racing in?
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
done with all my shoes.
anything else? Okay. I'm literally sitting in a pile still of shoes I don't like. So,
Oh,
I won't share them.
the
I
no
have
like
other
'Cause
shoes
I'm
I
like,
like,
I
but
can go
I'm good to
through
stop there, so
I know, I was gonna, like, fire off, like, "This shoe?" Okay, I wanted to okay, so our last category, I know we're super long and, like, who knows who's hanging in there with us, but maybe you're on a long run and this is great. Um, what shoe, like, are you gonna buy next? Like, what trail shoe is calling
Oh.
your name? Um, I'll go first. I really want to try I am, for some reason, enamored with Mountain to Coast. I keep
Ugh,
saying it. It's attacking
that's mine
me.
too.
I want to try. Although, I haven't heard great like, I watched, Conversational Pace. They did a review on it. Wasn't super
Mm,
great, but I keep hearing about people who love it. So, I do wanna try that, and I do think I'm going to find a way to splurge on that Mount Fuji because this conversation kind of influenced me, like, Megan,
Basics.
you're right. I like Asics, and so that makes sense. So that's mine.
I wanna just add on the Mount to Coast thing. You guys, remember hearing about Megan Eckhart, who broke the six-day world record. She lives in Santa Fe. She just came and did a talk at this, like, run club, and I went to, so it was actually pretty cool, and, she's sponsored by Mount to Coast. I mean, she loves it.
And she just ran here in
you
Texas,
did.
my race that I didn't get
You
to
did.
go.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a course record on it.
Mhm.
Anyway, okay, go.
Oh, no, you go first, Megan. I'm
She's
thinking.
sponsored by Mountain Coast. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, yeah, and she's
Okay.
sponsored by them, and she loves their shoes, yeah. I mean, she did the
Yeah.
whole six-day thing I think the R1,
Mhm.
trail or the road one.
Yep.
Yeah, and I did just interview Sierra DeGroff, and she's another sponsored, Mountain to Coast athlete.
Mm.
And you know what? There were I talking about all this did get me to a place and, like, looking at all these pros who are wearing all these different shoes, and maybe it's not their perfect shoe because that's their sponsor. I mean, I think a lot of trail runners are like, they really try to work with the brand that works for
Mhm.
them. But there's probably some who are just like, "This is what I got, and I'm gotta wear this shoe even though maybe it's not my preferred." And so part of me is like, end of the day, 100-mile runners, we just suck it up like Megan in those
Yep.
Nikes, and you're blistering. It's like, it doesn't matter, like, there's gonna be pain and suffering and maybe some blisters, and it's nice to think that there's a perfect shoe that's gonna, like, somehow make us better and, like, save us, a little bit of pain. I think
Mhm.
that's why you wind up spending, like, $300 on a shoe
Yeah.
because 'cause you're like, "If you could just take a little bit of the pain off, I will pay for
Mhm.
that." But end of the day, like, you're gonna make it work kind
Mhm.
of in what you got to some extent.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and then you learn too. Like, I'm never gonna do that
Yeah.
again. Like, I was like, "Oh, maybe I'd like I'm just gonna try it." Like, I know they worked for the 50K, like, I'm just gonna and when in reality, like, I should have been like, "This is my go-to shoe. I'm gonna wear this shoe because and it was just like and it I and still ended up fine. Like, I loved the way everything turned out at Rocky, and so it's like
You
I
performed
was like, I can't make
awesome.
a
Yeah, you had a
single
great
yeah, there's
day.
not a single complaint out of like, I made it work, but yeah, you just learn, but yeah, I just learned that Nike wasn't as much as I wanted it to, like, work and be my shoe, it just isn't, but yeah, I'm also Mount Coast is on my list too, so they're coming out with a hybrid shoe. Did you know this? In, like, another
Oh,
month or 2. So
okay.
right now, like, I was trying to I was on their Instagram because I was looking because I want to try them. And so I was like, I don't know which shoe I of theirs that I wanna try because they've got the road shoes. I know they just came out with another trail one, the T1s. And then, I saw, like, a post they had made. They're like, "Oh, like, fill out a thing and maybe you can be one of our, like, testers for the H1," which is a hybrid shoe. So they're coming out with
Mm.
with the H1, they said in fall of 2025, so that's coming up. But now they have a bunch of testers. I'd, like, just missed the cutoff to, like, try to put in because that would've been cool to, like,
Yeah.
test it. And, but, yeah, so that one I think is going to be the one that I purchase because I think that would just make sense, um as, like, an everyday trainer here in Texas for us, because like, we have, like, the country roads. You can be on a paved road 1 second, and you make a turn, and now you're on a gravel paved road. A lot of stuff out here is, like, gravelly, um, and so I wanna try that one. So that one, I think once that comes out, maybe that'll actually be a shoe that I buy full price when it comes out. So
Megan hybrid athlete is going hybrid
Hybrid
shoe.
shoe,
I like it.
baby. So, that one's gonna be the next one I try. Uh, yeah. And there's also the normal. I don't even know if that's how you say it.
Oh,
Normal.
yeah, and the Norda. I mean, there's
I
so
know
many.
the
Like, I really
That's
wanted to try
Killian,
Norda
it's like
too, but
Killian's brand, he's, like, all about it. I
mhm.
have, like, some of their racing shirts, I wore that for Vermont and stuff, and, like, I love their racing like, apparel, but then, their shoes are out, and so I was like, "Hmm, maybe I'll give one of those a try." Those look like normal shoes. So,
Well, there's so many. I guess have some
I
weird
know.
brand. I can't even remember what it's called. It was, like, something in Texas made it up, but I was just reading as well that, um Arc'teryx,
Arc'teryx.
they have a new shoe coming out that's, like, selling off the shelves immediately. They're opening, like, 25 stores in North America, as well as Solomon, which you guys, I just dumped this shoe over and, like, so much sand fell out.
Is that do you like s is that a trail shoe? That's tr
Yeah,
Do you like it? You do? What is it? What model is that?
yeah. I think it's gotta be old.
think it's the
Well,
Ultra
I d
Glide one,
okay,
isn't it?
it's the Glide
Oh,
2.
Glide 2, I'm so
Ooh,
sorry.
fancy.
Yeah, full price. Okay, I'm gonna stop because 'cause I'm literally still sitting in a pile of shoes we could review. But I think we've hit some good stuff. Anybody
Well, let me
let's see,
just
Sarah,
add
did you
Yeah,
share
what
what
are you
you're
gonna
buying
try?
next?
so well, I am curious about the Ultrafly 2, which sorry, I think it comes out in September, not March. But speaking of March, though, you guys seen pictures of the Brooks Cascadia
Yeah,
Elite, like, there? That looks so good.
yeah.
And talking about shoes that, like, we all like, some of the Brooks shoes are daily like, I wonder how that's gonna feel,
I
you know?
saw the ads for it, like, on Instagram. I think they said, there's gonna be some of their athletes are trying it in UTMB. Like, this is, like, their trial, so it hasn't come out yet. I think it said it's coming out. And,
Yeah, it comes out in March, I think.
yeah, for, like, the normal people like us.
Yeah,
Um,
normal
but
people.
even the ad, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, there are very few shoes that I look at and I'm like, "That shoe looks comfy." And when I saw a picture of that, I was like, I I'm not usually like, I just have the one pair of Brooks that I got, the Tempos for the treadmill because they were on sale, but I like them. So it's like, I don't really have experience with Brooks other than that, so they looked comfy. Oh, those are the ones
These
with this
got the Gator
with the
Velcro.
Gaiters.
These are some Brooks. These are the Caldera. I really wish I liked them, but I bought them too small.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do
So
it.
I can't tell because I'm like, "Oh, I think these are great," and, like, they're just so
So what
small that
what size
I'll send them
what
to you,
size are
Sarah.
they?
They're an
What
8.
size are they?
They're an 8, but
Oh,
they are
well, then maybe
small, like
begging.
you wanna try them out, Megan?
I'm an 8.
I must admit, I've probably put, like, 10 miles on these,
If you
Speaking
want
of shoes too small that I know
and
are great are, like, I have these North Face Endurance 4. I had an earlier version, but
mm,
I think my foot has just grown, and these are a 7, and they feel like they'd feel awesome, but they're too short,
mm.
and so I don't wear them.
that's how I'm, like, with these. I'm like, I really think they're worth a try, but
I
I
think
can't
this
try 'em.
podcast episode just turned into a shoe swap. I think that
Are
I'm
we
okay
doing?
with that.
We have to stop. We have to stop. We're almost at 2 hours. Okay,
Yeah, we
girls, thank you so much. I even had an inspirational
Ooh,
quote that I will save because nobody's on their run still. They're all done. But I think this was really fun. Hopefully, even if maybe, like, hopefully we shared some fun chew ideas, but also just, like, some trains of thought, like, "Hey, this is how you can approach maybe purchasing your next pair," or, "Here's some things to look for that you might like that you didn't know about
yeah.
before." So,
And even if they wanna
um,
drop
there
others in the comments, like other
yeah,
options
yeah,
that I
share your
can
favorite shoe, man.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, what are you gonna get next, you know? I wanna know what
Yeah,
people are you know.
what the
Yeah.
trends are.
Yeah, that would be really
Yeah.
fun to hear about. Okay, so we'll share this out, and then, maybe we could get some comments
And
back
I had
about
fun.
what other
This
people
has
are trying.
been awesome to talk shoes for 2 hours. Are you kidding? This is a dream day.
We're not even done. Like, we could
I
keep
know.
going,
I
so
know.
that's disturbing. But, Sarah, it sounds like you're up next
Yeah.
racing, so, good luck again at Run Rabbit, and we'll be excited to hear how you do.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is super fun. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Alright, we'll talk again soon.